from 130 kilo to ultra marathon. Am I proud of myself? Yes, of course I am. How did I do it? Well, not with the extreme training regime, but with consistent training over years. I have this 3 times a week training philosophy that I have tried to follow all these years. But in some shorter and longer periods I have trained much less, and some I have trained more. But for the 10 years that this project has been going on, I have a consistent training through the year. Next thing is through weight loss. I have reduced my weight with around 33 kilo now. I don't think this ultra would have been possible with many more kilos on the body. I don't think so. It would have been too hard in many ways, but especially for the feet. I will now, through a series of videos, tell you my story with its ups and downs, and you might get some tips for you on your journey to a lower weight and a better health. Maybe already in this video. We'll see. The most important thing to reduce your body weight is the food. The amount of food and what type of food you eat. It's the most important thing. It doesn't help how much you train. You have to take care of what you are eating. This about food has been a topic for some videos on the channel already, and probably will be some more, and I will not talk much about it now, but food is the most important part of it. My main goal with this weight reduction was actually 2 very important things. The first thing is getting a better health. The second thing, and that I don't hear much about, and at least I haven't talked much about, is to feel better about myself. I didn't feel at 130 kilo and how I looked, I didn't feel well. No way, I didn't. Point is, I think, very important for this project, I think. The training was, at least in the beginning, about getting better health. It was the main goal with it. But the main goal for me with this weight loss project was to get in better shape and to get better health. Through the first years of this project, me and some friends decided we should try to run a 10K in June 2017 in Tromsø, and we started to train for it. Through this project, I decided that my goal should be to run the whole distance, not walk at all, and I felt that it went quite well. I had lost quite a bit of weight and the training was going well, so I decided I would try to run the distance in under 1 hour, and I did it. I managed to do it, and I ran it in under 1 hour. Just nearby, but even so, under 1 hour. What I realized through this project was that the goal to run this 10K was a big motivation for me to be careful with what I was eating and to train more. So I decided to continue, and I signed up for more runs. Many different, but there was some 10Ks in the wintertime in Tromsø and a new 10K in the same run in Tromsø in June 2018. And my weight was some higher. I hadn't trained that much, and I run not much slower, but even so, it was slower. I think it was around 5 minutes over 1 hour or something like that. But I didn't feel good about it at all. And then some friends of us from Netherlands that was running in the same race challenged me to come to Netherlands in October and run a half marathon. And I just laughed at them. I should never ever run more than around 10K. It was just a stupid idea, I thought. But some days after, I started to think that what had I done to manage to come where I was, and I thought that the main thing was to set me some goals on things that I actually never thought I would be able to do. So I started to train more, took care of the food in a better way, and I signed up for the half marathon in Amsterdam. I hoped I could do it in around 2.5 hours, and I think I did it in 2 hours 17 minutes. I was really proud of myself when I passed the finish line there. And so the story goes on and on. I have run many runs, shorter, on roads, in the forest, in the mountains. The longest I have been running until now has been up to 23 kilometers, I think. 25 is the longest mountain run. Now this year, 2026, I signed up for this ultra here on Gran Canaria. And some days ago, I actually reached the finish line here in Parque del Sur, and I did it in 8 hours and 40 minutes. I actually had believed I should use around 9.5 hours. So I was really, really happy about that. Painful feet, it was heavy, but really nice to be in the run. I felt well prepared up front for this run, and even afterward I felt I had prepared good. Of course, I will never ever win anything, but just to do it, to be able to actually do it, is the important thing with this. The biggest thing with these runs for me is motivation. Motivation to be a part of these runs, the traveling to get there, and all the stories around is a very big part of the motivation for me to keep on going. But when that's said, not everyone should run a marathon. Maybe you shouldn't run at all, but I think it's important to find some kind of activity that can make you more active. Physical activity starts up processes in your brain that are really good for your mental health. Maybe I will talk more about it in another video. I think we have some videos about it on the channel. But it starts on processes, so you can say that motion is good for the mind. But even if the main part of a process like this is to reduce your weight, to get in better shape, I think is very important. Motion is good for your mind. Anyhow, for me, the runs with the traveling and all the stories around are the most important thing to stay motivated to keep on going with this project. I hope you find some information and inspiration in those videos on the channel. Don't forget, like and subscribe so we can continue this story together. See you for the next movie.